In a city where dreams and nightmares mingled, there lived a young boy named Caleb. Caleb loved exploring the world around him, always curious about the smallest details. One sunny morning, as Caleb was playing in his backyard, he noticed a tiny ant crawling on the ground. He named the ant Brian and decided to embark on a grand adventure with his newfound friend. Caleb and Brian set off on their journey, venturing through the tall grass and into the neighboring park. As they walked, Caleb noticed a beautiful butterfly fluttering above them. Mesmerized by its colorful wings, Caleb followed it deeper into the park, unaware that he was leaving Brian behind. Realizing that Caleb was no longer by his side, Brian scurried to catch up with him. Along the way, he encountered a group of other ants who were busy gathering food for their colony. Brian asked for their help in finding Caleb, and together they formed a search party. Meanwhile, Caleb had lost sight of the butterfly and found himself in an unfamiliar part of the park. He began to feel scared and worried, realizing he was all alone. Just as tears started to well up in his eyes, he heard a familiar voice calling out his name. It was Brian, accompanied by the other ants who had come to his rescue. Relieved to be reunited with his friend, Caleb hugged Brian tightly. The other ants cheered, celebrating their successful mission. Caleb realized the importance of having a supportive family, even if it was made up of tiny insects. He thanked the ants for their help and together they continued their adventure. As they journeyed through the park, Caleb and Brian encountered various obstacles. They had to cross a wide stream, climb a steep hill, and even navigate through a maze of fallen leaves. Each challenge seemed impossible at first, but with the support and encouragement of their newfound ant friends, Caleb and Brian overcame them one by one. Finally, after a long and exciting day, Caleb and Brian reached the top of a hill. From there, they could see the entire city spread out before them. Caleb marveled at the beauty of the city, realizing that his own backyard was just a small part of a much bigger world. With the sun setting in the distance, Caleb and Brian made their way back home. As they bid farewell to their ant friends, Caleb felt a sense of gratitude and awe for the challenges they had overcome together. He knew that no matter how big or small, he could always rely on his family for support. Back in his backyard, Caleb looked at Brian and smiled. They had shared an incredible adventure, and Caleb knew that he would cherish the memories forever. As he drifted off to sleep, Caleb whispered a heartfelt thank you to Brian, knowing that their bond would last a lifetime.